and welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to say thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I do a variety of things on my channel: beauty, reviews, hauls, talking videos. Hopefully I do more story time. Here's one today. So I've always wanted to do this video talking about why I got my whole experience of getting my tubes tied. Problem is, it's been 3 years since I've done it. Kind of late to the, uploading trend, but it's okay. I'm getting there. So let's get started. I got my tubes tied a month after I had my third and last baby in 2017 of May. And reason why they make you wait a month is because they want your whole, baby machine to the swelling to go down before you can actually get your tubes tied, because if it's swollen they can't really properly cut, snip, and everything. That all I got is like non-invasive, where they don't cut you open like a C-section. They actually just do one little cut from your belly going up and down on your belly button, and then one, I guess, going left and right from your pelvis. Mine was on my middle right. Then they just kind of use some machines to go in, like, I don't know, have you guys seen it, like machines, they kind of just operate up here while they look at the screen, So mine was cutting it and then burning both ends off, I believe. That's the only thing that my insurance can cover. If you have different insurance, there's my procedure that I got where they cut it and then they burn both ends. Then there's also the removal of your actual whole tubes from both sides. So I only got the one they cut, burn, that's it. And first, the physician assistant that you're dealing with asking you questions, going through a list of things on why you're going through it, to make sure it's not just kind of like some kind of depression you're going through, or like postpartum depression you're going through. That's what I'm trying to say. And to make sure that it's really legit, like you wanted to do this, is your decision. After they're done talking to you, then they're like, okay, great, sign this paper, all these stuff like that. And then you had to talk with the doctor again, and the doctor gotta make sure that you want to do it. And I said, yes, I want to do it. At that time, I was only 24, I believe, or 25, something like that. That whole month that it takes to your actual appointment date, you have to be on some form of birth control, because then, if you get pregnant, of course they're not going to tie your tubes. So I went on the pill. When you have a week before your actual surgery date, you get an appointment to go talk to the people who set up your appointment, do all the paperwork, sign everything, release forms, all this stuff. They tell you the procedures, the steps, they ask you questions, they ask you again. This is gonna be asked a lot, and they even tell you, sorry, but gotta ask this again. Are you sure you want to get your tubes tied? And my answer was yes. Stern yes. So a lot of people just shocked because I got it done at a very young age. Most people get it done like, further down the road. I was really young. They make sure to ask your medical history too, to make sure they know, so that the doctors, they know, just in case they don't have it on hand. They give you 2 soaps. They tell you what to do the night before and the day of. So you have to fast for surgery. You're not supposed to eat. So you're supposed to stop eating, I think, at 8 p.m. The night before, you're supposed to take a shower with their medical soap that they gave you. You're supposed to shampoo your hair first if you want to, and then wash yourself with that soap, just in case you have any residue of the shampoo left on you. And then the morning of, which my appointment was in the morning, you will have to take a shower again. Make sure you're not eating anything. By the time you go to a hospital, you check in. They ask if you fast. My husband dropped me off. He wanted to stay, but he was kind of worried about me too. So I told him, you can't stay. They didn't allow anybody to stay. No kid allowed, because my son was only a month and a half since I had him. So he couldn't stay, so he went. I sat down, I think maybe 10 minutes. Then they call you to the back. They ask you a whole bunch of questions again. They ask you again, do you want to do this? Put this in your brain. If you want to get your tubes tied, lock it in. They're gonna ask you a cajillion times, do you want to get your tubes tied? Now they ask you that because they want to make sure you didn't change your mind within a month. Once they check your vital, they put the IV in you, you go change, and then the nurse told me to wait for the doctor and the anesthesiologist to come in to talk to you. So then my doctor came, my actual gynecologist came. He asked me like how am I doing, do I still want to do this? I was like yes. Okay, sign the consent form. That is it, deal is done. So it's like signing your, you know, life off to like the devil or something. The anesthesiologist tell you, yeah, this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna sedate you, it's really quick, you go to sleep really quick. I was like okay, cool. And then they're like, okay, just sit here, relax, wait for like when we call you to come and do the surgery, well, they'll wheel you in. Problem is I started my period, so I told them yeah, but I did start my period. They're like that's fine, you know. So really it's not a problem at all. They just, as long as they know about it. They wheel me in, they tell me the room's gonna be extremely cold, so if you shiver, that's fine, we understand. I got in, and then they're all like, okay, we're gonna put in the anesthetic, you know, to sleep medication in you, whatever. And I think they're like, you can count if you want, or something. That I just think I counted maybe to 4, and I was already out. When I woke up, here's why I wanted to do this video, because my experience was totally different from all the people I've talked to, and very few that I've read online that had the same experience as me. And that was, I was in excruciating pain. So much pain. So much pain. I just woke up. I did not wake up from them waking me up. I woke up from the pain. The nurse who was like clicking away, checking everything, she didn't really she heard me groaning, like, oh my god, like I was just in so much pain. I was just I guess I just woke up like that. And she was like, oh, you're awake. She was all happy, and I'm just like, girl, I'm in pain. So she was like, everything went well, surgery went well, how are you feeling? You're gonna be a little drowsy afterwards, you understand? And then she goes like, happily showed me like my picture of my tubes getting tied, cut and like burnt or something. Here I am, drowsy, my eyes barely open, say, yeah. Like, legit did not see anything. Did not see anything. It just went by me like, what happened? Here's how fast this surgery took. It took 20 minutes, I believe. 15 if you're counting it. That's how long surgery took. That is it. I also felt extremely nauseous because you know, you fast. But with me, it's just, I get sick when I fast for that long. I was like, I was gagging, almost on the verge of throwing up. I was extremely dizzy. All the people I talked to, they're all like, oh, I was just sore after I woke up. Girl. This girl felt like she was on her deathbed, but everybody else was fine. 1 or 2 days of sore, woke up sore. And they let me sit about like, they're like, well, when you're ready, let us know so you can get changed and you can go. Once you're a little better, you're not super dizzy, we'll send you off your way. They don't send you to recovery room. You just stay in that room until you're done. You're feeling better, like how any surgery would be. That's super non-invasive, I guess. So I think I waited maybe 10-15 minutes. My husband helped me change, and then they told him, okay, you can go down and get the car, and then we'll just wheel her down. So that's all I remember. Problem is I did not get enough time to recover because my husband did graveyard shift. The only day he got to his day off was the night after, the night of my, you know, surgery. After I was done with surgery that night, he was able to stay home. You know, this was in May, so my 2 big kids were still going to school, so I still had to wake up, get them ready for school, and while I was in pain, taking care, and you know, 1.5-month-old, which he did not sleep throughout the night too. So let me tell you, in pain, hardly getting any sleep was horrible. I think that's why it took me so long to recover, because it took me 2 weeks to recover. That is a long time. It took me 2 weeks to recover. Mind you, I was on my period as well. You can imagine, I don't know if you can imagine the pain and annoyance I was in. After 6 months or so, you have to go back, and then, you know, the doctor just kind of asks like, oh, how are you feeling? You're in pain, blah, 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 anything? Like, yeah, I'm fine. They're like, okay, great. I did ask them, can I work out afterwards? And they're like, yeah, you can do light exercise and everything like that. But they do tell you, I think they say, no sex intimacy after, I think, until 3 weeks. They give you 3 weeks It's because they want your body to fully heal. I think with me, because it took me technically I think a year to heal properly, because I still kept getting cramps throughout different times, even before my period would start or anything like that too. So it was kind of bad. Now talking about periods, how does your period change after you're getting your tubes tied? Yes, it does, and mine definitely changed. My period was heavy before, has always been irregular. I do have it every month, but it was just irregular. It was kind of sporadic. For the 2 years that after I got my tubes tied, my period was so heavy, like extremely heavy. Like the second day was extremely heavy. After a year of getting my tubes tied, it was so heavy to the point where I was tired of getting pads, so I tried the Diva Cup out. After my 3rd year of having my tubes tied, it went from spotting, light, medium, light, spotting. My period usually lasts 7 days. You will miss period. I think throughout the last 2 years, I missed my period 3 times out of this whole entire 2 years, past 2 years. And so it would freak me out, because I was like, oh my gosh, am I pregnant? You know, one of those people like, oh, I didn't know I was pregnant type of thing. That's one thing you have to be very worried about, and think about if getting your tubes tied is for you. Because they do emphasize that you could have an ectopic pregnancy, and if you don't know what that is, it's when your baby is on the outside of your tube, which is very dangerous. It could only survive up to 4 months. If it ruptures, it's pretty bad. One big old major thing, if you're scared about that, then, but there are those little cases where you get your tube size and you still get pregnant. So fingers crossed I don't, because I got my tubes tied so young. If you get it down later on the road, like it's a 1% chance you'll get pregnant. But because I got it done so young, it's 5% chance every year, and every year that chance increases. So this is my 3rd year, so I have a 15% chance of getting pregnant. I think that is it to my experience and period wise afterwards and everything, that all those and TMI stuff. So if you still have any questions left, please leave a comment down below. I'll try my best to answer it. And like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.